Welcome aboard, fellow explorers. I am Captain Curious, and I am so happy you are here today. Are you ready for a big adventure? No, I mean a really big adventure. Today, we are putting on our hiking boots, grabbing our binoculars, and heading out into the wild to find the 10 heaviest land animals on the entire planet. These animals don't just walk. They thud. They don't just step. They stomp. Imagine if your house started walking, or if your school bus grew legs and a tail. That is how big these friends are. We are going to travel to the hot golden savannas of Africa. We are going to trek through the deep emerald green jungles of Asia, and we might even visit the chilly snowy mountains. Are you buckled in? Is your imagination turned all the way up to 10? Good. Let's start our countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Coming in at number 10. It is the magnificent, the stripes galore, the Gaur. Have you ever heard of a Gaur? Think of the biggest cow you have ever seen at a farm, and then imagine if that cow spent all day lifting weights at the gym. The Gaur is a type of wild cattle from the forests of India and Southeast Asia, and it is a total powerhouse. It has big, strong muscles rippling under its dark skin, and it wears white socks on its legs. A big Gaur can weigh as much as 3,000 pounds. How heavy is 3,000 pounds? Well, imagine a small car, like the one your teacher might drive to school. Now imagine that car has horns and eats grass. That is a Gaur. If a Gaur walked past your window, its shoulders would be taller than a grown-up person. They are very shy, but very strong. They spend their days munching on bamboo and leaves, and they love to live in the cool shade of the big trees. Imagine walking through a quiet forest, and suddenly, snap! A Gaur steps on a branch. It sounds like a tiny firework going off because they are so heavy. Goodbye, Mr. Gaur. Enjoy your snack. Moving on to number 9. We are looking for something with a very long neck. Can you guess what it is? That's right, it's the giraffe. Now, giraffes are very tall. They are the tallest animals in the whole world. But because they are so tall, they are also very heavy. A big male giraffe can weigh about 4,200 pounds. That is like taking 2 big pickup trucks and stacking them on top of each other. Imagine trying to weigh a giraffe. You would need a scale the size of a playground. Even though they look skinny, they have a lot of weight in their long legs and their super strong hearts. Did you know a giraffe's heart is as big as a basketball? It has to be that big to pump blood all the way up that long, long neck to their brain. Imagine if you had to pump water to the top of a 2-story house. That's what a giraffe does every second. When they walk, they move both legs on one side at the same time. It looks like they are dancing in slow motion. Swing and stomp. Swing and stomp. Keep reaching for those high leaps, friends. Now, let's make a splash for number 8. We are looking for the black rhinoceros. Don't let the name fool you. They are actually more of a dusty gray color. The black rhino is like a living tank. It is covered in thick, tough skin that acts like a suit of armor. A black rhino can weigh up to 5,000 pounds. That is the same as 50 kids all standing on a scale together. Can you imagine 50 of your friends in one big pile? That is just one rhino. They have 2 horns on their nose made of the same stuff as your fingernails. But don't worry, they aren't mean. They are actually very curious, just like us. They like to use their pointy lips to grab leaves off of bushes. It's like they have a little finger right on their face. Imagine if you could pick up a strawberry using only your nose. That would be pretty silly, wouldn't it? The black rhino is very heavy, but it can run surprisingly fast. If it starts galloping, the ground goes thump, thump, thump. It's like a drumbeat for the whole savannah. Wait, what is that sound? It sounds like a giant, grumpy sneeze. That means we have found number 7. It's the walrus. Now, I know what you are thinking. Captain Curious, a walrus lives in the water. And you are right. But the walrus also spends a lot of time on the ice and the land. And boy, are they heavy. A big daddy walrus can weigh 5,000 pounds, just like the rhino. But instead of armor, they have a thick layer of fat called blubber. It's like they are wearing a giant, warm, puffy jacket all the time. Imagine if you wore 10 winter coats at once. You would be very round and very warm. They use their long tusks, like ice picks, to pull their heavy bodies out of the water. Imagine trying to pull yourself up onto a bed, but the bed is made of slippery ice, and you weigh as much as a van. You would need big teeth to help you too. When a group of walruses hangs out on the beach, it's called a haul out. They all wiggle and jiggle together to stay warm. It's like a giant, sleepy, blubbery party. Get ready for some big teeth, because number 6 is the hippopotamus. The hippo is one of the most amazing animals on earth. They look like big purple-gray potatoes, but these potatoes weigh a massive 6,000 pounds. That is as heavy as 3 small elephants. Hippos love the water. They spend all day lounging in rivers like they are in a giant bathtub, but they don't actually swim. They are so heavy that they just walk along the bottom of the river. Imagine walking underwater, bouncing along like you are on the moon. Boing, thud, boing, thud. And when they come out of the water at night to eat grass, watch out. They eat about 80 pounds of grass in one night. That's like eating 300 bowls of salad for dinner. Can you imagine eating that much broccoli? Your tummy would be so full. Hippos are very heavy, and they have a very big mouth. When they yawn, it's big enough for a whole pizza to fit inside. But remember, they are wild, so we always give them lots of space. We are halfway through our list. Are you feeling heavy yet? Let's keep going. Number 5 is the white rhinoceros. This is the bigger cousin of the black rhino we met earlier. The white rhino is a true giant. They can weigh up to 8,000 pounds. Let's do some kid math. 8,000 pounds is like taking 160 bicycles and melting them into one big animal. Or imagine 800 large bags of flour. That is a lot of baking. The white rhino has a very wide mouth, which helps it mow the grass like a giant lawnmower. Whir, munch, munch. They are very gentle giants, and they love to hang out in groups called crashes. Isn't that a funny name? A crash of rhinos. Imagine if your classroom was called a crash of students. It sounds like everyone is bumping into each other, but white rhinos are actually very peaceful. They just move slowly, feeling the warm sun on their thick skin and enjoying the quiet of the wild. Now, things are getting really big. For number 4, we are heading back to the forest. It's the Asian elephant. These are the beautiful elephants you might see with smaller ears. They are the kings and queens of the jungle. An Asian elephant can weigh 11,000 pounds. Wow, that is as heavy as a big school bus full of kids. Imagine a school bus, but it's covered in gray skin, and it has a long trunk. The trunk is the coolest part. It has over 40,000 muscles in it. You have about 600 muscles in your whole body, but the elephant has 40,000 just in its nose. They can use it to pick up a tiny peanut or to pull down a whole tree. Imagine if you could pick up your toy car and a real car with your nose. They are also very smart. They remember their friends for many, many years. When an Asian elephant walks through the jungle, the trees actually move out of the way. They are the forest makers. They create paths for all the other animals to follow. Thank you, elephant friends, for making the way. We are in the top 3. Can you feel the ground shaking? Number 3 is the African forest elephant. These elephants live in the deep, thick rainforests of Africa. They are a bit smaller than their cousins on the savanna, but they are still huge. They weigh about 12,000 pounds. That's the same as 12 grand pianos. Imagine 12 pianos all playing at once. That would be very loud. But the forest elephant is actually very quiet. Even though they are heavy, they can walk through the forest without making a sound. They have big, soft, squishy pads on the bottom of their feet. It's like they are wearing giant slippers made of marshmallows. They walk on their tiptoes. Can you try walking on your tiptoes? Now imagine doing that if you weighed 12,000 pounds. They love to eat fruit, and they help the forest grow by spreading seeds everywhere they go. They are like the gardeners of the jungle. We are almost at the end. Number 2 is a very, very big surprise. It is the African savanna elephant. This is the biggest one yet. The African savanna elephant is the largest land animal alive today. They are absolutely enormous. A big male can weigh up to 14,000 pounds. Let's think about that. 14,000 pounds is like taking 7 big cars and squishing them together. If an elephant stood next to your house, it could look right into the second-story window. "Hello up there," the elephant would say with a trumpet. Trumpet. Their ears are shaped just like the continent of Africa, and they use them like giant fans to stay cool in the hot sun. Imagine having fans attached to your head. You would never be too hot again. They use their tusks to dig for water and to strip bark from trees. They are the architects of the wild. They change the whole landscape just by being there. What a beautiful, heavy, wonderful giant. And now for the number 1 heaviest land animal of all. Wait, Captain Curious, you said the elephant was the biggest land animal alive today, but we are talking about the heaviest land animal ever. To find number 1, we have to travel back in time. Way, way, way back. Jump into my time machine. Whir, zap. We are in the time of the dinosaurs, and the heaviest land animal to ever walk the earth was the Argentinosaurus. This dinosaur was so big, it makes an elephant look like a little puppy. The Argentinosaurus weighed. Are you ready? It weighed 200,000 pounds. That is as heavy as 15 African elephants, or it's as heavy as a whole space shuttle. Imagine a dinosaur as long as 3 school buses parked end to end. When the Argentinosaurus walked, the ground didn't just shake. It probably felt like a small earthquake. Boom, 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 boom. Their necks were so long they could reach the top of the tallest trees, and their tails were like giant whips. They were the true heavyweights of history. Imagine looking up and up and up and still not seeing its head because it's in the clouds. What a giant way to end our list. Phew, I feel like I need to sit down after all that heavy lifting. We met cattle and rhinos and hippos and elephants and even a record-breaking dinosaur. Nature is so amazing, isn't it? It can make animals of all shapes and sizes, but the big ones, they have a special job. They help take care of the earth by moving through it and changing it for the better. Before I go, I have a question for you to talk about with your family. If you were as big and heavy as an elephant for one day, what would be the first thing you would do? Would you reach for the highest fruit in the tree? Or maybe give your car a little push? Think about it. Thank you for exploring with me today. I had a ton of fun, literally. I'll see you on our next adventure. Listen more, imagine more, learn more. This is Captain Curious, signing off. Goodbye.